Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bland County Survivor Man. Thanks for watching. Guys, today on Bland County Survivor Man, we're going to talk about the Atlatl, or Atlatl. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, some of you school teachers give me a call and tell me how to say it. Or a dart throwing stick. And that's what I'm holding in my hand here. I've got my Bland County Survivor Man versions of that stick. These things were invented by natives thousands of years ago, before the bow and arrow was ever invented, to throw a spear or a dart, sort of like this right here, long distances with more speed. The reason they did that was because that if you just hold a spear in your hand and that becomes an extension of your body, then that's more or less the way they used a spear in those days. It wasn't so much throwing the spear at an animal or a enemy and taking it out, It's the fact that if you had to stand there and run this into a grizzly bear by hand, you're probably going to get ate up by the grizzly bear, and you're going to be the food instead of the bear being the food. But anyway, they invented a way to throw this spear great distances. I'm going to show you mine in a minute and explain to you how I did it. Now, the reason I made mine the way that you see them is mine is pretty well indestructible. Mine is made out of PVC pipe. That right there is a piece of 3/4 inch PVC with a slot cut in it to receive the back end of this dart. The dart is made out of PVC. The feathers are made out of PVC. This pieces of plastic are glued on with silicone glue, just like you get to put around the windows and doors in your bathroom or outside the house. The end of the dart I made out of a 1/2 inch bolt. Now that 1/2 inch bolt is simply threaded into this piece of PVC pipe. I took the threads and put them into the piece of PVC pipe. Then just turned the end down the way I wanted it to make me a dart. This one, I'll throw it for you, put it in the receiver, and show you how it works. Now this particular dart right here is 5 feet long, and I can throw this dart approximately 55 yards. Which I did. I threw that dart just about 55 yards. Now, I came up with my own other version of this one. Let's say you're out in the woods and you're going to make this particular dart, Atlatl. I designed this one out of a piece of poly rod or fiberglass rod with PVC feathers on it. My throwing stick, in all the videos that I've studied and all the pictures as I've seen of this thing, they have a notch back here with a piece of wood sticking up to go into the back of this dart. But I simply came up with a better solution, I think. In survival situation, I just put a piece of string on the back of that arrow, or dart if you will, and made that thing just like it's in, you're shooting it from a bow. That's exactly what it looks like. There's no need for any wood and pieces at the back. These things are about 24 inches long and are an extension of your arm, folks. The end of this one, same thing, 1/2 inch bolt, only I drilled a hole in the 1/2 inch bolt this time and inserted the poly rod inside, ground it down to where I could make a dart on the end of it. And these things are probably pretty indestructible. I've thrown and thrown and thrown them, and that's the way this one looks. Right here I've riveted this thing on, so you can miss with these darts with these metal ends on them and still not tear the end off of that rod like you would do if you had a wooden stick. But anyway, this one, when you aim these things, you simply aim them higher than your target, get your arm way up here and aim them up high, because when you throw this big old long, this one's 6 feet long, so when you throw it up in the air, naturally gravity is going to take an effect on it really quick. So to hit their target, they would simply, after practice and practice and practice, would simply find that target downrange and send that arrow through the air. Now through that one, approximately 50 yards. So guys, these are two simple ways right here of making this throwing stick or dart throwing stick. I'll go over there to my target here in a minute and set the camera up and let you see me do a few tosses there. But you young fellers, these can be made for about $5 a piece. Not very much at all. The dart ends are 1/2-inch bolts and weigh approximately, probably a little bit more than a 1/2 ounce. They're almost indestructible, and I want you to get out there and make them. So there it is, guys. The throwing sticks from Bland County Survivor Man. Okay, guys. Apologize for the background noise. You might hear a car in the background, but that's just the way it is when you live beside of the road. Anyway, here I'm standing about 15 yards from my target, and it's not that far away, and it's a big target. Let's see if we can actually hit it. So that works. It's very deadly. You got to aim it up high so that it'll come down, because it's just an extension of your arm. Just as simple as that. And that's another tip from your Bland County Survivor Man. Have a nice day.